Hi, I'm Barry Gosling, the self-styled fairy king of Yule. But now it's back to the studio for Harry Hill.
Little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie.
Within that deep and dreamless sleep, the silent stars go by.
She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. Beware the devil woman, she's gonna get you. Beware the devil woman, she's gonna get you from behind. Not really, of course. The power of Christmas.
Well, I was brought up in a motor caravan. Oh, yeah, brought up in a motor caravan. And to this day, whenever I wash my hands... What do you buy people at Christmas, though, eh? It's so hard, isn't it? I suppose I'll get everyone puppies again. Well, it's so much easier, isn't it? They do say, of course, that a father will often buy his son something that he really wants himself. And I'm thinking back to my third Christmas when my father bought for me 14 rolls of wood chip wallpaper. Thanks, Dad. Of course, you do worry when buying electronic goods, don't you? You worry it'll go out of date because technology moves so very fast. And not quite the same concern when purchasing an anvil. Anvils all round. Well, someone offered me a Ferrero Rocher the other day. Well, I thought they'd offered me a Ferrero Rocher. In fact, they'd offered me a Rothbutonne, which is a glacial rock formation. And far more filling. Hey, you bushes, what are you queuing for? Oh, you're a hedge. I do beg your pardon, as you were. Isn't it annoying, though? When you lose your front door key. Well, how about a system where you don't need a front door key? No, there's a little tiny hole in the front of the door with a special sensor that recognises the size and shape of your nose. Don't tell me the technology doesn't exist, because I know it does. There's no need for a key now, is there? You walk up to the door, place your nose in the hole, the door swings open. Am I the only person with any ideas? Well, I bought a lovely record this week.
I'm not saying a word!
Wagbo plays Christmas carols on the comb and paper. You're buzzing like a beehive. See, the beauty of it is you've got 2 heavy bags of shopping. You don't even have to put them down, do you? You just walk up to the door, place your nose in the hole, the door swings open.
And here's what you've rejected, Harry. I've got plenty of nothing, but of this you can be sure. Nothing will follow you around when you open my door. Well, I've got plenty of nothing. Well, what has plenty of nothing? Dusty bin. He's certainly worth nothing. But if he's got nothing in him, what kind of bin would he be? Well, he'd be pretty empty. Now, empty vessels make most noise. Is that some sort of hi-fi equipment? That's unlikely because you've already rejected the music centre. Of this you can be sure. Well, are we sure? Well, not entirely. Sure about this one, of course. Nothing will follow you around again. Sounds like it could be some sort of house cleaning equipment. A Hoover, perhaps? Well, when you open my door, well, what do you open the door of? That's it, Harry. You've rejected this lovely plate of juicy sill.
Oh, drat.
Fed up with turkey at Christmas? Fancy a change? Why not try silled? Lovely, juicy, silled. It's so easy. Just open the tin and scrape it out onto the plate.
Can we have silled every day, Mummy?
Your family and you as one. In Sild. We remind you that your Sild may be at risk if you do not keep up the repayments on your Sild.
Well, you're probably like me. You have that dream where you're a galley slave and your oar's too short and the whole boat's going round and round in circles. And it's all your fault. So what you want to do, you phone up one of those pizza delivery places. You say, have you got any of these pizza balls? He says, what? Pizza balls? I've never heard of them. You say, yeah, pizza balls. It's when they get the base and the topping and they mush it up into one big old ball there, the big old pizza ball. They're the big thing. Everyone's doing them. He says, oh, no, I've never heard of pizza balls. The thing is, if you phone up enough people, pretty soon they'll start doing them, won't they? Congratulations, you just invented a meal. But spare a thought this Christmas for those people who are without family and are alone. But also spare a thought for those people who are with their families, are not alone, and wish they were.
I wonder whether if you're really clever, you can have an extension on your skull and grow brain into it and fill that extension area up with thoughts and then snip it off, transferring that area and the thoughts in it to another person, and now they're it and it's their turn.
My big brother Alan.
If it's too hard, I can't understand it. Hey, Harry, Dad took me to get my present.
What did he get you?
4 litres of white gloss.
Oh, a lovely gift. But I do like the taste of Sild, Alan.
Yes. Sild.
Lovely, juicy Sild. Sild. But Alan, if you're here, who's grooming the badgers ready for the Badger Finale Parade? And remember, it's a nativity theme this week.
Yes, I need more sheep's outfits for the badgers.
Well, you'd better get down to Sheep's Garment Outlet. And Alan?
Yes, Harry?
Don't look back in anger. I hear you sigh. Santa Claus, Santa Claus, Santa Claus, Santa Claus.
Ah, Christmas time, mistletoe, and wine. You see, the beauty of a hardback book, right? The beauty of a hardback book is it's a main present, isn't it? Oh, yeah. If you can only get it in paperback, you know you've got a trip to the body shop to make up the money. A paperback and a bowl of potpourri, the perfect gift.
Hey, Harry! What's on the other side? It's gonna be better than this.
It's Burp Quark. How do you celebrate Christmas, Bert?
Wall-to-wall telly.
Now, Bert Quark, blah, 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 blah. What have you done to attract the chicken this week?
I do like the taste of Sild, Harry.
Don't change the subject.
Well, I bumped into a bloke in a pub, and do you know what he told me?
What did he tell you, Bert?
And they told me...
Peace on earth, and it's been. See the day of glory. See the day. 2, 3, 4. Hey, little hand, when will you try to supply one for me?
Bert Quark there!
And now a Christmas appeal on behalf of people who can only hear rustling.
What you want to do, you want to go into the shoe repair shop. You say, repair the shoes by all means, but while you're doing it, would you cut me an exact replica of my nose just in case? Isn't it annoying, though, when you're an Aborigine elder, you're playing the old didgeridoo, and you cough a hairball up and it goes right down. And the more you try and get it out, the further down you keep pushing it. And the sing-song's in half an hour. Oh. Anyone? Anyone? That's right, soap dispenser and a busy gentleman's convenience.
I'll see you at my convenience.
It's the man from the Joy of Sex books, Ken Ford.
Hello, Harry. Love the show.
Ken Ford, of course, self-styled model for the Joy of Sex books. What do you have for your Christmas dinner?
Pork medallions.
And I suppose you have your relations round like everybody else?
Relations? I'll have you know, Harry. I've had relations. With girls from many nations. I've made passes. And women of all classes. And just because you're gay, I won't turn you away. If you stick around, I'm sure that we can find some common ground. Sexuality, strong and warm and wild and free. Sexuality, your laws do not apply to me.
The problem would be you'd get a cold, your nose would swell up, you wouldn't be able to get into your own house.
Harry, I'm pregnant!
I never touched her. You're pregnant? How the...
Never mind that. You sang foam. I claim child benefit family allowance, but I need a national cook to my little baby clown.
I want a blood test.
No blood test. A big national book.
You're having no such thing.
You know love may soon.
Well, of course not. To your quarters. I don't think I've been that embarrassed since Mum came to pick us up from school in those hot pants.
Harry!
Oh, Mum. Oh, Mum, go and change, please.
Stun gun, stun gun.
No, your answer to everything is stun gun. I need someone to take an interest in me, Harry Roy Hill, the person, not the famous celebrity TV star. Listen, Mum, I know you're hurting. I know it's hard for you, but you must try and articulate your feelings.
I love.
Love? Yes, what do you love, Mum?
I love stun guns.
Good evening, I'm Zena Badawi, and here is the news. The main story tonight, Anita Harris's beauty spot has exploded. Excessive use of electronic exercise pads, build-up of pressure, spot explode, beauty everywhere. You know, I managed to get a couple of pieces for myself, and changing hands for up to £12 on the black market. Other news, ladies are being urged not to throw their dirty tights into the street. What's happening is old people are getting them tangled round their legs, they're falling over, they're unable to get to the post office to recharge their crystals. So, the more they struggle, the more tangled they get. Whilst many of them carry their mobile batteries with them, these only buy them a couple of extra hours. Earlier today, police were forced to do a controlled explosion on one stranded OAP. Her family have been informed. So we do ask you ladies to place your dirty tights into these bags marked simply Danger Tights. Pop the tights in, then not just a single, but a double knot. A single knot can be teased apart by gentle breezes, the tights escape, the old are at risk.
I'm 82, you know.
Zena Badawi, good night.
Coming up after the break, the alcoholic bear that blames the Hofmeister campaign.
They said follow, and like a fool, I did.
Hacker Bill plays for you. Christmas Badger Parade.
Oh, it's no use. The frustrating thing is I can see it in there, a lovely, shiny two-p piece. Oh.
I don't know which year is my favorite Guns of Navarone. And 1976 Guns of Navarone was good, but then So was 1982 Guns of Navarone.
It's the same film every year, Bert.
The same film? Why would they put the same film on every year? You'll be telling me next there's no such thing as Santa Claus.
Well, that's a very interesting question, Bert. No one has ever bothered to study Santa Claus in any detail, which is why I've been compiling a sort of psychological profile of him, a bit like they do on TV.
Eh?
Right, to get all those presents wrapped, he's got to be someone who has access to sellotape, right? Oh, that sellotape, he's got to live near a pound shop, right?
Right.
To get all the presents out on the same night, he can't be working alone. There has to be more than one. Perhaps a family of Santa Clauses. But if they're all white-haired old men, how do they breed? Well, perhaps like bees, they form a colony and service one main Queen Santa, a sort of Barbara Cartland figure. But a Barbara Cartland who is constantly being mated with white-haired old men. Is Christmas, then, a time when, like ants, they swarm, disperse, and lay their eggs or presents? These Santa young then mature in time and grow amongst us. The only difference being, instead of skin on their chins, they have hair.
So people with beards are Santa young.
Exactly. Branson, Dave Lee, and of course, the king of them all, Mr. Rory McGrath. These Santa young mature and take their place in the Santa.
So it should be possible to catch one.
Catch a Santa?
Yeah, we could catch one and split up the toys between us.
Bert, that's brilliant.
We done it, Bert! We caught one!
Oh, well done, Bert.
So what are we going to do with him now?
I think the time has come, Bert, to release him back into the wild. But first, he must learn those skills that he lacks due to a life in captivity. He must learn to wrap his own presents and be attracted to the Queen Santa, Barbara Cartland.
That's right, now where's your sellotape? That's it, get your sellotape.
Well, Bert, the time has come. We must say our goodbyes. Go on, off you go. Shoo!
Oh?
You're on your own now, Santa.
Fly back to your queen. Do you think we'll ever see him again, Harry?
One day, Bert, one day. Because you're born free.
Oh, Mr. Harry, you know what we cats like to do at Christmas?
What's that, Stouffer?
Sit on a baby's face.
Stouffer!
But it's so comfy, man. It's so comfy.
Dirty boy.
I'm sorry, Mr. Harry. Mr. Harry, you know at Christmas time, some people talk about the baby Jesus.
Yes, Stouffer.
Who was baby Jesus?
Well, Stouffer, why didn't you meet him right now? Hello, Stouffer.
Oh, hello, baby Jesus.
Now, Jesus, why don't you tell Stouffer here why you came down to the earth? I don't want to. Come on now. Don't be silly. Tell Stouffer. I don't want to.
Tell Stouffer.
I don't want to.
Tell Stouffer.
I don't want to.
Why do you do this in my father's house?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Respect you. Well, just time now before our finale for me to do my Rory Bremner impressions. Well, that's all very well, but I wonder, what would Mr. Gordon Brown make of all this?
Baby coming!
Parade's off!
Parade's off? What do you mean parade's off?
Look at her. She's about to make baby come.
I suppose you're right. I suppose we better get her down that place where ladies have babies. What do they call that place?
The inn.
The inn, that's right, yes.
There's no room at the inn.
You see the way this is going?
She'd better have it down that grooming bay. And Harry,
Yes, Alan?
make haste, for the parade is in but half a minute.
There you go. Oh, nice and easy.
Stopping!
Push me, song, push.
Pant, push, big push.
She's nearly there, Mr. Harry.
Big push and...
Let's have a look at his little tiny face. Kill that Ken Ford, I will, I'll kill him.
Harry, look at the calendar. It's Christmas.
Harry, look. It's snowing.
Well, I suppose as it's Christmas, I can forgive her.
Harry, we bought you a present. I hope you like 'em.
The other 6 rolls. The spare room. Every day. You rascals. Thanks, Zaka. That was great. What are the chances of that happening, eh?